Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Will from controlthebooze.com and drwillhorton.com. Today, I want to talk about why moderating or controlling your drinking can be so hard. And the number one thing people do is they want to use willpower. Why does willpower fail when it comes to controlling a lot of habits? Now, I've been a master hypnotist, one of the world's leading NLP trainers for a long, over 30 years. And I've been helping people in the addiction slash control, trying to moderate, control, or stop their drinking for over 35 years. So I can give you some insight. And a lot of this can really help you and understand why it's not your fault. A lot of this is based in your neurology. I have some other videos, on ways to help you moderate your drinking, ways to help you do this, ways to help you do that. The whole thing of whether you're an alcoholic or not can be irrelevant. You need to get control. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And why does willpower fail? You may have very strong will. I've helped people with this issue, and I've seen people over the years, that have some of the strongest wills you can imagine, professional athletes, professional fighters, special ops kind of guys, all this other stuff. And yet they couldn't do this. They could use that willpower wonderfully in this area, but maybe not in other areas. And even if your willpower works, why does it seem to break down at certain times? That's what we're going to talk about today, and why NLP and hypnosis may be the cure or the answer to helping you do this. Well, number one, willpower is like, when you're using your conscious mind, when you're locking in, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Willpower is a wonderful thing. It'll help you push through something. I had to use it this morning. I was doing a workout, didn't feel like it. Didn't want to do that. So I had to lock in and just take a deep breath, say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to complete it. That the willpower was good for. A very short-term blast of focus, concentration, and mental energy to get you through a task. It's not good long-term. And even if you have strong will and willpower in certain ways, there's certain things that's going to just totally destroy your willpower. Number one is when you get hungry, right? When you get hungry, right? When you have hunger, your blood chemistry changes. That's a fact. And your brain chemistry changes. Your dopamine goes up, you get an alert, you begin to look for food, you're hungry, you get irritable. There was that commercial, the hangries here in the States, where you just want to eat. It's why, let's say you decide you're going to change your diet, you're doing really well until you skip lunch that day, and then you're really hungry. And the next thing you know, you're in the break room, you're eating a Snickers, you're driving through McDonald's because you're hungry. Your brain is looking for an answer. That's all it is. And it's going to do the first thing. And for a lot of us, maybe we trained ourselves that, what really helps take the edge off, a couple of drinks. Plus, there's the flip side. If you drink when your stomach's empty, it gives you a little bit more boost, which boosts your dopamine, which makes you feel better. And then you're in that euphoric thing, right? So you go, why did I do this? So that's why when you're hungry, basically your willpower disappears. Had to do with brain chemistry, right? Also, when you're angry, I see this all the time. People are doing really well. Anger will remove it. Same thing, except it also releases a few other brain chemicals that put you on edge, put you on fight or flight. We're going to do this, right? I used to think about, I'd always have someone they're doing really well with controlling their drinking or even smoking, even eating. And then something happens. They have a fight with their spouse or their boss yells at them, something like that. And then the next thing they're, it's almost like for a smoker, I always use the example. It's like, they made me so mad, I went out and smoked a cigarette. I'll show them, I'll kill me. I'm really mad. What'll calm me down, take the edge off? Having a drink, having a beer. So you did really well to that day you got angry about something, or you're angry at yourself. And then the anger doubles down because you're mad at yourself for doing something you didn't want to do. So again, when you're angry, right? Also, when you're lonely, right? When you're lonely, right? It's a little bit the opposite. Too much other chemicals kick in. You get depressed, you get lethargic, you want some energy. I need a drink to boost me up. I need a drink or smoke a joint to get going, right? And that's what happens. So you're doing really well till, it's a weekend, you got nothing to do, your friends are all doing something, you're just like, I'm lonely, right? And so maybe have a drink, try to take the edge off, try to feel better, right? It's kind of lonely depression. So when this happens, you need something to pick you up, right? Same with, and it ties into when you're tired, right? When you're tired, right? So when you're tired, same thing, you need some energy, you need a boost, right? And so you decide to have a drink to pick yourself up. I need a pick me up. Don't we say stuff like that, right? It's true, right? And when one of these happen, you're much more likely to do a behavior that used to make you comfortable in the past, that used to relieve whatever this mental and physical tension is that you have going, right? And this is one of those, you can't think your way out of the thinking problem. You just can't think your way out of a thinking problem. You have to do some specific tasks or use certain other techniques and tips to help get you through it, right? Now, you know, in the addiction, in the recovery world, they've known this for a long, long time. They say, don't get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. You need to halt. These are things you need to be aware of, that if you're going to do something, you need to be aware. What NLP and hypnotic techniques can do is get in and start to reprogram some of those blocks in your mind, some of those old links, if you will. If you've linked, you know, having a drink will take the edge off the anger, well, that link is strong. It's maybe you've reinforced it for years. You know, maybe it's been a go-to for a long, long time. You need to uncouple that link and maybe, you know, I'm angry, and get some new links, some new, as we would call it, anchors, or, you know, stimulus response. You get the stimulus of anger, I'm going to have a different response. So instead of go having a beer and relax, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go to do something. I'm going to go have some ice cream, whatever it is. We could talk about that, but that's why you want to begin to reprogram that subconscious mind. And that's what NLP and hypnosis can do very quickly. It can speed up what takes years, maybe in therapy or other programs that you can use to do this. It can speed it up. Same with, you know, all of these aspects. What NLP and hypnosis can do is bypass that critical factor of the mind and program yourself for success. That's what I've been doing for a long, long time. And I'd love to share that with you. So if you're trying and you're struggling, if you will, to moderate your drinking, control your drinking, stop your drinking, reach out and let us know, and we can help you. We have a challenge coming up as I'm making this. We usually have one a month. It's usually a 3-day challenge. And with a prep day and a wrap-up day, so actually it's 5 days, that could change your life. It could reprogram yourself. You'll begin to see the power and the focus of what we're doing and how we're helping you make changes at the subconscious level so you can get to where you want to go. You know, it's kind of like if you drive the same route every day to work or to the store, it's real hard to change that route. You've programmed it in your mind. Let's say a road's closed, or, you know, there's an accident, you got to be detoured, and suddenly you're all discombobulated, right? What we're going to do is help reprogram it, give you a new route in your mind without that discombobulation. It becomes second nature. It becomes easy. It becomes just something that you do. That's what we're good at. That's what we like to do. And sometimes just in the challenge, it programs enough people, flips them over, that they're good. They're on their way, right? And then other people decide to stay with us for different programs that we have. You know, the 30-day automated program where you can do it totally anonymously, watch some videos, do some exercises, jump in. We do have some augmented stuff if you're interested in that. But that's, you know, there. I just wanted to talk today about why willpower fails. It's not your fault, right? And again, you know, some of the technically what we would describe as some of the strongest willed people in the world fail at certain things. It's usually can be traced back a lot of times to something like this. And, you know, and it will do that. So we need to program it at a different level. And there's, again, only 2 ways to do it: through time, through repetition. It may take years, you know, weeks, months, years to get it, or you can do some things to speed it up at the subconscious level. That's what we do. That's what we love doing at controlthebooze.com or drwillhorton.com. We love doing this. Let's have some fun with this. And before you know it, boom, we're going to be having an awful lot of fun together. So I hope to hear from you. If you have a question, direct message, reach out, go to drwillhorton.com and leave a message, and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great day.